Welcome to CodeSpider. In this video, we are going to discuss what is controllers in ASP.NET Core MVC. In this video, we discuss what is controllers, what is the role of controllers in ASP.NET Core MVC, how controllers work. So let's first understand what is controller. Controller is the heart of the ASP.NET Core web application. Controller class contains public methods called action methods. Controller and its action method handle the incoming browser requests and retrieves the necessary model data and returns the appropriate response. In ASP.NET MVC, every controller class named as must end with the word controller. Let's understand the controller process flow. When a request is come from the browser, or you can say client, it reads the controller in the MVC design pattern that handles the incoming HTTP request and the response to the user action using the model and the view. The controllers in MVC application logically group similar type of action together. It allows us to define set of rules such as caching, routing and authorization, which is going to be applied collectively. In our upcoming videos, we go through the details about the caching, routing and authorization, etc. The controller classes are available in the controllers folder in the root level project, and the controllers are inherited from Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.MVC namespace. The controller class named as suffix to the word controller as like home controller or employee controller, etc. And the class is decorated with the controller attribute. So let's flip to Visual Studio and we'll see there how the controller will work and how to create the controllers. This is the same application that we have used in the ASP.NET Core tutorial series. As we already discussed, the controllers are available in the controllers folder in the root level project, and the controllers are inherited from Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.MVC namespace. And you can see that the controller class name is suffixed to the word controller. Here our controller name is home, then this suffix is automatically assigned here. For now the controller name is home controller. It may be like employee controller, customer controller, etc. This controller is inherited from the controller base class. If you go to the definition of the controller, you can find here all the features of the view vag, view data, temp data, JSON and all these results, partial result, view component result, etc. On our upcoming videos, we go through the details of all these things. For now, in this home controller, there is two action method. One is index method, another is get customer details method. So let's run the application and we'll see how the controller will work with the help of models. Let's run the application. Then let's navigate to home, get customer details one. Here you can see according to the customer ID, the result will fetch here. Here the controller name is home, then action method is get customer details. And in the get customer details, we need a parameter that is name is ID, and here the parameter is 1. That means when a user is request to this URL, it goes to the home controller and find the action method get customer details and with the input parameters. That means when a browser is request to the controller, it find the action method and using the model return the data to the view, and the view is the response back to the client. Here home is the controller and get customer details is the action method, and this is mapping is done by the routing rules defined in our application. Here we can set the routing rule in startup.cs. You can see the controller is home and action is index. This is the default action method for us, but we navigate it into the get customer details like this. In ASP.NET Core MVC, the action method of a controller can return different type of data such as JSON, view, string, object, XML, etc. The request arrives to a controller and the action method. As part of processing that request, the controller creates the model to retrieve the model data. The controller depends upon a service. For example, in our case, to retrieve the customer data of home controller depends upon iCustomer repository service. And here the iCustomer repository injected into the home controller using the constructor. This is called the dependency injection. On our upcoming videos, we go through about the details about the dependency injection. For now, we just concentrate about the controllers. Instead of the JSON result, we can also return the data using object result, and we can set the accept headers, and we can return the data using JSON as well as XML according to our accept headers. So let's check how this is possible in the controllers action method. So instead of the JSON result, let's make as object result. And here we need to check that return new object result, then obj. Object result means this is the dynamic data that should be written to us, whether it may be JSON or it may be XML. but as I say, we need to pass the accept header to check that the response is the JSON or XML. So according to the accept headers, the data will be returned to us. So to pass the accept headers, we need to check using the Postman tool. So what is Postman? Postman is a tool that we can check our API response. And if you're using the Google Chrome, then you can find that in the Chrome store, the Postman is free to us to use, and also you can download the exe as well. So let's click the Postman, paste the URL, and this is a get method. So the response is also get, and here we need to pass the accept header. Accept is application JSON. When you click the send button, you can see the JSON response here, but our agenda is to get the XML value. So let's make as XML and click the send button. You can see that the response is 200, but still only the JSON data is written to us. So to get the XML value, we need to pass as. So in order to return the XML data from an action method, we need to register the XML serializer formatter by calling the add XML serializer formatters method within the configure services method of the startup.cs class. So you need to pass as here add XML serialize formatters. After enabling this, the result will printed as XML. Open the Postman. So we have already changed the assert value as application XML. Then click the send button. You can see here now the result set is printed as XML because of we have used the result type as object result in the home.controller, and in the object result we pass the aspect header as XML, and we need to change another thing is here. We need to change here services.add controller with views in add XML serialized formatters. If you are using the add MVC, also you can find that add XML serialized formatter, get the result set in XML format. So far we discussed about how to get the result set from the controller using the JSON result and also using the XML. But our main agenda is how the controller action method return a view. Because of in ASP.NET MVC core application, there are mainly three components. One is controllers, models, and view. We need a view to represent the user interface. So let's understand how the controller action method return a view. So in order to return a view from an action method in ASP.NET Core MVC application, so we need to use view result as the return type of the action method. According to our example, the get customer details action method is going to return a view as the return type of method of is set to a view result. So instead of object result, let's make it view result. And here we need to pass as a view, then obj. Let's run the application and let's navigate to the path. Here you can see the straightforward error. That means the view get customer details was not found. And the ASP.NET MVC engine also sorts in this folder views, home, get customer details.cshtml. Here also sorts views, shared, get customer details.cshtml, and there is no view is found according to this name, get customer details. You can see the straightforward error is invalid operation exception. The view get customer details was not found in this particular location. So in the next video, we are going to discuss how to introduce view in the ASP.NET Core MVC application and how the data will be flow from the controller with help of models to view. That's it in the video. On the next video, we are going to discuss what is views in ASP.NET Core MVC. Thanks for watching. Do like and subscribe for more upcoming videos.